Welcome back, friends. It's Yvonne Davis, your traveling warrior astrologer. And today I am talking about the explosive Mars-Pluto opposition. So I'm going to pull that chart up and I'm going to show it to you and explain why this is just so phenomenal. And I also want to show you a new package that I'm offering. So if you go to my website, it's spiralpressproductions.com. There's a link below. You will find this page, and on this page, I am offering the 1-hour astrology reading special that I do at the end of every year for $99. Or you can look into this 30-day manifestation challenge that I'm doing, which is specific to the Mars-Pluto opposition. And that's a 4-week coaching package, also $99. But if you want to get them both, I'm giving you a super, super special deal. Now, this is definitely a limited time offer because I can only do a certain number of packages at this price. Otherwise, I'd be overwhelmed. So I do have to limit it. So if you want one of these coaching packages, please order now. This particular one is the astrology reading and the coaching package, 30-day manifestation. This one is specifically the explosive Mars-Pluto opposition, because what we're going to do is we're going to combine the astrology reading with whatever you want to manifest for 30 days and use this opposition and the Mars retrograde and Pluto in Aquarius to help you with your manifestation. Okay, and that's the coaching package. So if you want to see exactly what's included, just click on this link and it will take you to the page where I'm showing you everything that's offered in this package. So again, you'll get the 1-hour astrology reading, 2 ebooks that I've written, and the 30-day manifestation challenge, which includes a personalized schedule for you for the 30 days, 4 15-minute coaching calls on Zoom, a personalized affirmation recording or multiple recordings, depending on if you need to be upgraded during that 30 days, guided meditations and creative visualizations, and transformation exercises. So this is an absolutely phenomenal price at only $149. But again, they are super limited. So if you want one of those, go ahead and order now. Okay, let's go on and look at the chart now. So I'm going to pull that up. This is what we see with this Mars opposition to Pluto. So the first thing is that it's on November 3rd in the morning. This is Sunday morning, okay? Sunday morning, November 3rd. And what we see here is the Mars-Pluto opposition at 29 degrees, 46 minutes. So Pluto is at 29 degrees of Capricorn, 46 minutes, and Mars is at 29 degrees of Cancer, 46 minutes. That's an opposition that is extremely powerful, what we might call explosive. People who are not evolved will probably end up either expressing themselves in a very violent, well, I say very violent way, but I mean, language can be violent too. Anger can be violent, and Mars is definitely our anger energy. And when it's in Cancer, sometimes it's overly reactive, overly emotional. And then in opposition to Pluto, it wants what it wants. Pluto wants what it wants, and Mars wants what it wants. You put those two together, it's like TNT on. So that is super powerful energy. We may even see some violence in the world around that time, escalation of violence, which is unfortunate. We're going to use this to help evolve ourselves, empower ourselves, and thus empower humanity. Okay, so let's do some good with this energy. All right, now there is another interesting opposition within this chart, and that's the Jupiter opposition to Venus. Jupiter is at 20 degrees of Gemini, opposite Venus at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. And these two, when they're in opposition to each other, that's not really a problem, except that it's like sometimes people get overly delusional about their abilities, which is not necessarily a problem in itself. It's more in terms of the situation and what they're doing with this energy, or they can become extremely righteous. And so that combination of being delusional, like having delusions of grandeur, and being overly optimistic and righteous. And then you put that with this explosive TNT Mars opposition to Pluto, and you have got a situation where people are trying to push themselves onto others, push their values onto others, tell others what to do. And sometimes they're going to do that violently. Okay. So again, what we're going to do with this energy is we're going to try to use it to empower ourselves, to transform ourselves, and thus empower and transform the world. Okay. So we could do some real good with this in our lives and, you know, transform that out into the world as well. So there are a few things leading up to these alignments that we might also have to take into consideration, which is the fact that Mercury will come into an opposition to Uranus in the 2 weeks leading up to the exact Mars-Pluto opposition. So it can happen anytime from now until the exact day on November 3rd. And I'm making this video 2 weeks before November 3rd. We'll also get a new moon in Scorpio in the middle of that, but I'll make a separate video on that, okay? So we're going to get Mercury opposite to Uranus. We're also going to get the moon opposite to Uranus. So we're going to have 4 oppositions in this chart. And oppositions can lead to conflict, especially when they're these kinds of oppositions, but also they're a call for integration, okay? So this is conflict, this is integration, where the energy injects and integrates, which is the ultimate goal that we actually want. That's the most important thing to consider about this. One thing I will say, even though I'm going to do a separate video on the new moon in Scorpio, is that the sun and moon, when they're conjunct, that's the new moon in Scorpio, they will make a trine to Saturn. As you can see, the sun is still making a trine to Saturn. So that's really positive. And also there's a kite in this chart. So you can see it with Mars moving into a trine with Mercury, and it's also making a trine to Neptune. And so that forms the kite because there's a trine from Mars, Mercury, and Neptune opposite Pluto. Okay, so you can see that because it's got the trine and then it's got the sextiles and opposition that forms a trine. And that's considered positive. So there are a lot of positives in this chart. All right, so that's it for today. And I hope this was helpful to you. And again, I hope you'll check out those coaching packages, because the way I look at it is, why just look at these charts and say, oh, that's nice. How about use that power to benefit yourself, to transform yourself? I mean, this power that is coming up with 3 Mars-Pluto oppositions because of the fact that Mars will be retrograde. And so I don't know what to say except, don't let it go to waste. Go check out those specials. The links are in the description box below. And I hope to see you again soon. All right. Bye-bye.